Hello, welcome to the channel Nosphere. As most of you know, Queen Elizabeth II of United Kingdom breathed her last on Thursday, that is 8th September 2022. So now the question is, what happens after the death of the Queen? In this video, we are going to know about the protocol and procedure to be followed after the death of the Queen Elizabeth II. Queen Elizabeth II was the Queen of United Kingdom from 6th February 1952 until her death on 8th September 2022. Her rule was of 70 years, which is the highest in the history of any British monarch, and she is the second highest in the record after Louis XIV in the world, who ruled for 72 years, making the King of France the longest recorded of any monarch of a sovereign country in the history. After the death of Queen Elizabeth II, her private secretary will inform the news of death to the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom in the code word and say, "London Bridge is down." This is the code word which was set to inform the death of the Queen in 1960s. It also has different code names for different possibilities. The whole plan is revised many times before her death, and the protocol is named as Operation London Bridge. After the civil servants or officials give the news to the Prime Minister from private secretary by saying, "London Bridge is down." After that, the news is reached to the 15 countries' governments outside where the Queen was the head of the state, including New Zealand, Australia and Canada, and in other 38 Commonwealth nations. Simultaneously, a footman in mourning clothes will come out from a door at Buckingham Palace, cross the gravel and attach a black-edged notice to the gates of Buckingham Palace. Automatically, Prince Charles III becomes the King of the UK, as per the common law which says after the death of the sovereign, the heir becomes the monarch. At BBC, radio alert transmissions will be activated. The system alarm at BBC signals national emergency. Excitement fact is that most of the employees and workers have no idea how it sounds like. BBC's logo is changed from red to black. Every anchor wears the black suit and tie, and the morning announcement.
This is BBC News from London. Buckingham Palace has announced the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. In a statement, the palace said the Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. The King and the Queen Consort will remain at Balmoral this evening and will return to London tomorrow. BBC Television is broadcasting this special programme reporting the death of Her Majesty the Queen.
Flags in the nations are brought down to half state. Prince Charles will address his first speech as head of the state.
I speak to you today with feelings of profound sorrow. Throughout her life, Her Majesty the Queen, my beloved mother, was an inspiration, an example to me and to all my family. And we owe her the most heartfelt debt any family could owe to their mother, for her love, affection, guidance, understanding, and example. Queen Elizabeth was a life well lived, a promise with destiny kept, and she is mourned most deeply in her passing. That promise of lifelong service I renew to you all today.
The national anthem changes from "God Save the Queen" to "God Save the King." The day of Queen Elizabeth's death, as marked as D-Day, following every day is called as D+1, D+2 and so forth. There was a special provisions if the Queen died in Scotland. It was codenamed as Operation Unicorn. As per the operation, the Queen's body will be brought from Scotland to Buckingham Palace in the London. NPR reported the Queen's body will need to be moved from Balmoral to Holyrood, her residence in the Scottish capital of Edinburgh. The body will then be carried in a procession up the Royal Mile, a central avenue, to St. Giles Cathedral for reception. Queen Elizabeth II's body is taken to London on a royal train. The coffin will be received in the capital by Prime Minister and taken to Buckingham Palace. According to some other reports, procession will be held from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Hall to mourn Elizabeth's death, and there will be committal service in St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle. Queen Elizabeth II will be buried in Castle's King George VI Memorial Chapel. As the death took place in Balmoral Castle in Scotland, the procedure is likely to be followed according to Operation Unicorn. Small changes may take place. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has tweeted a heartfelt note and condolences to the UK and Queen's family. Many other world leaders have also tweeted their mourns on the demise of the Queen. So this was the information on the procedure after the death of the Queen or the monarch of UK. Do like, share and subscribe the channel Nosphere for more such informative videos. Thank you.